evening and welcome to the July 16th Glenville Town Board meeting. We have a pretty full agenda this evening and there's a lot of guests here. So we have a wonderful evening going on. We're going to acknowledge some police officers and also hire one this evening. So we're super excited about that. The invocation, typically we have our chaplain from the 109th. She's unable to be here today with us, but I prepared a prayer, and this prayer is for our police officers. So please rise for the invocation of Pledge of Allegiance. Join me if you may. Lord, we lift up our brave men and women who serve as police officers in our community. Grant them wisdom in every decision, courage in the face of danger, and strength carrying the weight of their duties with honor. Surround them with your protection, guide their actions with justice and compassion, and bring them safely home to their loved ones each day. Bless their hearts with peace and their hands with purpose as they do work to uphold the safety and well-being of all. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Ramiccar?
Here.
Please note for the record, Councilman Blumley is absent. Councilman Aragosa?
Here.
Councilman Kirkham?
Here. We will now turn to our council reports, and I'll start on my left with Councilman Aragosa.
I have no current report.
Councilman Ramiccar?
No reports.
Very good. We will now move to privilege of the floor. Is there anyone signed up for privilege of the floor? No one signed up. So we will, if anyone wishes to speak at privilege of the floor, please come to the podium and state your name and address. And privilege of the floor is now open. Is there anyone wanting to speak at privilege of the floor? Anyone wanting to speak at privilege of the floor? Anyone wanting to speak at privilege of the floor? Seeing none? Privilege of the floor is now closed. I'll now move to supervisor's comments, and I'll keep my remarks very brief tonight. Again, I'll just say that I'm extremely excited that this room is packed with men and women who serve our community on a daily basis, and it's going to be a great evening to see some of them honored with acts of bravery and things that they do that really keep this community what it is, safe, a desirable community for people to come into, and I'm very proud of the work that they do and proud to serve as supervisor alongside of them. So that's super exciting to me. There is something that is going on that is kind of sponsored by our police department, and that is Fill the Backpack Supply Drive. So that has started, and that will run from July 7th until August 1st. There are 2 locations where you can drop off school supplies. One will be right here at the town center, and the other will be at Wolf Hollow Brewing Company, which is out on Route 5 in Glenville. Certainly bring those supplies for students in our school districts and around the area, so we can fill up those backpacks. So make sure you check that out, and that runs until August 1st. Also, our Thursdays in the park, and I want to especially thank Julie for her leadership here. Julie Davenport, who is our town clerk. She also heads up this committee for Thursdays in the park. We have a fabulous lineup for Thursdays in the park with there are 4 events starting August 7th, every Thursday consecutively running until August the 28th. These events will start with food at 6 p.m. and the music starts at 6:30. There's a full lineup, free ice cream scoops from Stewart's that's provided. There'll also be food trucks that are available for you to purchase food, and a beverage truck there as well. So it'll be a great time to come out in our community. And not only are we just getting together as a community, this is just a great time to honor. We have a small business night, firefighter night, veterans night, and last but not least, police night. So make sure you get out for that. That'll be very exciting. And that's all I'm going to do for this evening. So we'll now move on to our normal course of the agenda. And we are going to start with a presentation. And the presentation is from New York Development Group. And this is regarding the phase 2 of the Horseman property and property over by Judson Meadows. Let me get this thing working. There we go. There we go. So there's already condos and being developed over there on this property. This will allow them to start phase 2, which will be 38, 30, thank you, 34 new condos. And take it away. They're here to give us a presentation on what they'd like to do.
Okay, good evening, Scott Lansing with Lansing Engineering, representing the New York Development Group. I'm also here tonight with Mr. Jeffrey Booth, the applicant for the project. Our objectives for this evening are to introduce the project to the board for the first time, obtain feedback, and hopefully advance through the plan development process. As far as the existing conditions, we are located on the west side of Swaggertown Road. This is Swaggertown Road right in this vicinity, and there's Route 50 in this vicinity. Overall is 4.44 acres. There are two parcels that comprise the overall 4.4 acres. The first parcel is approximately 0.88 acres. The existing Horseman homestead, which is in this vicinity just north of Hawthorne Place, which is a part of the Horseman Farm PDD that was just mentioned. This parcel has an existing home on it and some garages, outbuildings associated with it, and it is zoned professional residential. The balance of the parcel is approximately 3.56 acres. In this vicinity, it is overall part of the Baptist Health Nursing and Rehabilitation Center. That is just for the board's reference, resolution 81-2010. Right now, it is a vacant field. There's nothing on that parcel at this time. The existing plan development does permit residential condominiums, nursing home, and/or retirement community, and also commercial on that area. As far as surrounding uses, I think the aerial photo does a great job of showing what is around the area. There's some single family and commercial along the Route 50 area. We have the existing Horseman Farm plan development in this area. We have Judson Meadows off towards the west, and then single family residential off towards the north. As far as what is being proposed, we are proposing an extension of the existing Horseman Farm plan development, basically extending the same type of product. What we are doing is we're suggesting an amendment to the existing Baptist Health plan development. Looking at the Horseman Farm plan development, the Judson Meadows Baptist Health plan development, we feel it might make most logical sense to amend that plan development in that the existing plan development specifically outlines residential condominiums as a permitted use. We also feel it's a relatively small modification to that PDD with the addition of the 0.88 acres and the addition of those uses. As far as specifically what we are proposing, Town Code Section 270-44 outlines a maximum of 10 units per acre for multifamily dwellings. So we have roughly 4.44 acres. That'd be roughly 44 units. What we are proposing is 34 units. So we're below that maximum threshold. We are proposing 6 4-unit buildings. So those are the larger buildings that are shown throughout the 2 parcels. And then we're also proposing 5 2-unit buildings. So the 4-unit buildings would be approximately 4,900 square foot footprint, 9,800 square feet total, because there are 2 stories associated with those, 2-story structures, and attached 2-car garages for each unit. And I think that is important. You know, if there's a 2-car garage, there's also 2 spaces in front of that 2-car garage, a total of 4 spaces for each individual unit. The 2-unit buildings are roughly half the size. They're about 2,095 square feet footprint, 4,192 overall. Again, 2-story structures and 2-car garages for each one of those. So 34 units overall. Just quickly, as far as the split on the Horseman area, we are proposing 8 units, and then on the Baptist Health portion, there are 26 units proposed in that area. As far as access, we're hinging off the existing Hawthorne Place to the south. It also lines up with First Knoll, does extend in, service some of the units. And then we also show a connection out to Swaggertown Road which lines up perfectly with the roadway across the way for in this area. As far as waste management, we would be proposing typical residential style cans with the garages. They'd store their cans in the garages, obviously, and on garbage day, they would pull those out. As far as parking, we do exceed the parking requirements. What is required is 1.5 spaces per unit. For the 34 units, that equals 51 spaces. As I mentioned, we have 2 spaces in the garage, 2 spaces in the driveway. That's 136 spaces. So we're roughly more than 2.5 times what the requirements are. As far as open space, we have 62% open space where 35% is required in a mixed-use plan development. We do provide good buffers between units. Green space does dovetail, in our opinion, very well with the area. As far as utilities, would be water, Town of Glenville Water District number 11, Swaggertown. That infrastructure is on Swaggertown Road. Sanitary sewer would be Town of Glenville Sewer District number 9. And then stormwater is managed on site. Vicinity. That is essentially it. Again, that's the basics of the project. We're here for questions and comments from the board, and we'd like to hopefully advance with the plan development process. Thank you very much.
Great, thank you. Council, question?
Well, just for my first question is, across the road, you had to bring that property up substantially. Will this property have to be, we're talking 6, probably 3 weeks worth of trucks constantly bringing dirt in from elsewhere. Is that similar here?
Yeah, we have not done a formal grading plan for it yet. Obviously, we're in the concept phase right now, but as far as the grades, this parcel is a fair amount higher than the Horton Creek. In that particular area, that was obviously a lower area, the creek being a lower area. So in order to get the units primarily on this side, there was fill that had to be brought in, but do not anticipate that on this side, no.
In the drainage that's on site, you're going to build a retention pond. Is that going to have some type of overspill which will go out through the creek, or is that just?
It would, yes. I mean, right now the drainage does go down towards stormwater infrastructure, which makes its way across and goes to the Horseman Creek. So where this site drains to right now, we would do a stormwater pollution prevention plan. That stormwater would be sized such that the post-development flows would be the same more or less than the pre-development flows.
Last question, you line up with Birch Knoll, but you won't be connected with it.
Correct. No, there's not a physical connection. No, just a general lineup for that.
So the only in and out from that property will be onto Swaggertown.
Well, there is the Hawthorne Place as well, so Hawthorne does provide access in.
Oh, right, Hawthorne
So
Place,
2 points of
which
access.
which is currently not used, but it's a paper street.
It's the project's under construction now, so should
Yeah.
by the time this gets hopefully to construction, that will be in place.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you for the presentation, and I think that this is just a good example of sound development decisions, right? There's if anybody knows this property well, as you enter Swaggertown Road from Route 50, certainly there's a nice clean break there from this development onto Judson Meadows and then into a residential setting. So finalizing this and utilizing that portion of the Horseman property completely makes sense to complete this project. So far I know from our planning department and our building department, the work that's been done on Horseman, certainly all the stormwater management has been, exceptional. The scrub pads, certainly we've dealt with some rain in the beginning, which created a mud condition. But you folks have really, done what you're supposed to do to try to alleviate all of those things as far as mud tracking out onto Route 50. I think that this is a solid expansion of phase 2. So thank you for the presentation.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
I just have I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I just have a question conceptually. This 0.8 acres, that's, because you have to refresh my recollection on this, that's not part of the current Horseman PDD?
It is not. No, it is a separate parcel zone professional residential. So it's between the Judson Meadows, the Baptist Health PDD, and the Horseman PDD.
Okay, so the proposal is to add that 0.8 acres to phase 2.
Correct, to the Baptist Health PDD and amend that PDD to make sure that this fits properly within that PDD.
But that's the Baptist Health PDD, not the Dutch Meadows PDD.
The Horseman, correct, no, it's not.
Oh, not the
Yeah.
Horseman.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
It seems to make sense to modify this one PDD as opposed to doing.
Oh.
and then-
I'm just looking for clarification.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not,
yeah. No, we talked about that. Initially, we thought we'd do the Horseman PDD, but Baptist already has the PDD in place that allows for condos. And it was a much larger portion of land versus the homestead. So what we're doing, the small and Scott's referring to is actually the old houses and the barn in the back. So that's the Horseman homestead, so that's all kind of tied in.
yeah, right, so instead of taking it out of Baptist and putting it into Horseman, you're just going to amend, what you're proposing to amend Baptist.
So you seem to be a much simpler,
Just another point from my own point of view, if you guys want to expand further, that whole land that they stripped behind Baptist, feel free to go back there and develop. They poured pads, there's pads back there and they just sit barren, which is not good. And here's from my perspective, I live on Horseman Drive in the dead end behind that. There's definitely an increase in water through those areas from what they did and never finished. So I'm watching. I'll be watching you guys.
I agree with you, and I've had extensive conversations with Baptist Health, and unfortunately, the original plan didn't pan out the way they anticipated, but I think the long-term vision is for that to happen. So we have had discussions that, depending on how things go, that may be something that happens down the road. They do want to see something happen. Right now, they can use some additional money to funds, and so this would help them, in their endeavors, but I think down the road at some point, something will happen.
Hope
They do
so.
want that long-term vision.
Good. Before you guys go, if you drop me your card, I appreciate that.
I'll just say, if you could share them out on the physical card.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen.
Is there anything else that we can answer?
I think we're good. Thank you.
And our next step would be to provide a modified, proposed amendment to the PDD to share with the council.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, that's fine. And again, conceptually, I'm trying to wrap my head around whether we can do one local law to, maybe it makes sense to take that piece out of the Baptist PDD and put it into the Horseman, but I'd like to see your proposal, and that's just a mechanical thing.
And as far as we would do to provide that to you, at some point, I assume you want to have the, we're fixing this before we make an amendment. One of the two.
We would request a recommendation from the board.
We'll work on it.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, thank you.
Gentlemen.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. I'll give you a minute to pick up, and then we'll continue with our agenda. All right, I think we can continue on. So we will move on to our agenda, and we will now take up resolution number 8, resolution authorizing the acting supervisor to enter into an agreement with the Burnt Hills Boston Lake School District to provide school resource officer to the school district. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Moved and second. Is there any discussion?
Pretty much like you said, acting supervisor, this is to provide a school resource officer to the Burnt Hills Boston Lake School District.
Thank you, Councilman. And I'll just add that Officer Maggs has been there for a while, and I think that if we removed him, the school district would come down here and probably do bad things at town hall. So we appreciate his service there, and I'll look to continue to support that. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes, on to number 9, a resolution authorizing the acting supervisor to enter into an agreement with the Scotia Glenville School District to provide a school resource officer to the school district. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. And discussion?
As the previous resolution, this is to support a school resource officer for 25-26 school year to the Scotia Glenville School District.
Thank you. I will just add to this that Officer Areola has provided that service for a while, and we're extremely appreciative of the way that she has developed this and developed the relationships within that school. She will be stepping into a new role, and Officer Paluba will be taking her place. So we're excited for that and look forward to him engaging with students and developing a relationship with the school district as well. Any further discussion? Will clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes, we will move on to 10, a resolution appointing Alexandra Safford to the position of police officer. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
And do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Is there any discussion? I'll let the chief, you're going to make some remarks, or, oh, I'm sorry. We did. Let us move it first, chief. We need to take a vote.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes. Sorry, Alexandra. We almost made it unofficial. Chief.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor, and to the town board members here this evening. And again, I can't say enough how much I appreciate the support by the town board when we move forward to look for new candidates, as we have candidates move on to other departments and retirements, so on and so forth. As you know, it's been a very busy past couple, 3 to 4 years with the movement in this police department. And I've always felt very supported by the town board to move forward in hiring, and I appreciate that continued support. Obviously, you know how hard it is to find good candidates today, whether it's from a civil service list or whether it's from lateral transfer candidates, as it's become very competitive out there, and police officers, current police officers really can police department shop a lot. But I'm still happy to let you know that there are police officers out there that are looking to Glenville to move here and to work here and to live here. And a little bit about Alexandria. She is a longtime resident of the town of Glenville, and she's also a 2017 graduate from the Burn Hills Balsam Lake School District. And I'm sure she's happy to know that we're providing SRO to the district again. Alexandria achieved her undergraduate in criminal justice in 2021 and her master's in human services in 2023 from New England College. Okay, so I didn't write that down. I'm sorry. I was writing a lot today. So she also, while she was in school, served as a dispatcher with the Guilford, New Hampshire Police Department from 2021 to 2022. So she had some experience even when she was in college with law enforcement. She graduated from Zone 5 in June of 2024 when she was hired as a police officer with the Mechanicsville Police Department, where she served from January 24 till just currently before coming here to Glenville. Alexandria is here tonight with her mom, Connie, her stepdad, Dan, her sister, Taylor, her boyfriend, Nick, or her husband, Nick, her stepsister, Grace, her boyfriend, Phil, and his parents, Carly and Kevin. Did I get all that right? Okay. All right. We're really happy to have Alexandria here, and we're looking forward to her field training, her getting out there and serving the community like we know she'll do a good job at. So thank you very much again. I'd like to have her come on up here real quick.
Thank you. Over here.
I want you to hold the Bible. Yes.
I, Alexandria Stafford, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the University. And I will faithfully discharge the duties of for the Glenville Police Department according to law. So welcome.
All right, so moving on, congratulations, Alexander. We're going to do, oh, yeah, we can, yeah, there we go.
You need to come up again, one more time. We forgot one more formality. You need to sign the book. So hang on, wait for the photographer. Oh, there he is.
He wasn't leaving.
What's that?
He wasn't leaving. He's ready.
Thank you. All right, so now we are going to do some awards. And I believe for this award presentation, Lieutenant Casey is going to come on up.
All right. Well, thank you guys for allowing us to use this venue to do this also. Happy to shed a little light to you guys in the community on what our officers are doing every day. I think in talking with them, none of them feel that these are huge deals. And I think to me, that just proves that, you know, these guys do award-worthy actions pretty much every day. I'm sure plenty fall through the cracks. We're really trying to do a better job of recognizing them and making sure that we bring these things to light when they do occur. And that's going to be the goal moving forward. So we've got 4 officers tonight. These all occurred this year, starting way back in January is the first one. I will go one by one. I'll have you come up, grab your award, and then you can grab a seat, and I'll take a picture at the end or whatever about that. First one, Officer Kevin Polterak. I guess I'll reframe this. All of these pretty much have to do with potentially saving a life or saving somebody's life. They all fall in the same kind of category, but we came up with a few different awards based on some different facts of each one. So for Officer Polterak, we're giving him the Award of Merit on January 25th, 2025 at 4:42 in the morning. I actually had come in that night as these guys, him and Detective Bole, were dealing with a fatal accident on Route 5. And I can tell you from experience, dealing with that alone on a 2-man night is pretty chaotic. So he already had a lot going on that night. Eventually things calmed down on the scene there, and he was dispatched to another call on the other side of town over here by Subway for an individual that had fallen down a hill in the woods, didn't know where they were, couldn't get up. And obviously we're talking about the middle of January here, and there was tons of snow on the ground. So he responds to the area. Another phone call comes in. They can hear somebody screaming for help, stating their arm's broken. As he's going around the area looking, he observes a male walking up Route 50 and stops and interviews this male and finds out he's at least one of the callers for 911. Him and his friend were intoxicated, wound up in the woods over behind Subway, and the friend was still back there and wasn't able to get up. So Kevin put him in the car, brought him back over to kind of the general area. And even in this person's intoxicated state, Kevin was able to kind of ascertain some information from him to find out, hey, where is he at? So I can actually go find him. Goes back in the woods, starts calling out, eventually, can hear him asking for help and locates this male. So he had fallen down a hill into like a kind of a gully area. I don't know if there was actually moving water in there, but from sitting in the snow, soaking wet, he really wasn't able to move at all and definitely exhibiting signs of hypothermia. So with the help of some members of the fire department, eventually, Kevin was actually able to bring this male out. I happened to actually get there and see him when he was walking out of the woods, and this guy, I mean, he was frozen, couldn't move. He was able to get him onto an ambulance, and the male stated he didn't want any medical attention. So knowing that that wasn't going to happen, Kevin made the right call and made a mental health arrest, basically detainment, and had him sent to the hospital to get whatever treatment he needed. So just looking back on the decisions that led Kevin to finding this male and finding him in time so that he didn't die. Number one, stopping and talking to the person that was walking up the roadway. I know it's very easy in these calls to get tunnel vision and go to the woods where you think the call is and just ignore somebody walking up the road. And had he done that, I don't know that he would have found this male in time, right? I really think he was down to minutes probably. And then dealing with somebody who's intoxicated and trying to get that information out of them can be very frustrating. And as I already mentioned, leaving a fatal accident, which is already a hard thing to deal with and a hard scene to, wrap your mind around, he was able to go to this call and still handle it this way. So just great situational awareness, great interaction with the public, and clearly resulted in this male, avoiding serious injury or death. So he's shown this kind of police work consistently throughout his tenure here, and I'm sure at this time in Schenectady. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So we wanted to recognize him for that. So Kevin, if you come up here. We'll get them all up after. Somebody requested that they do it all together. All right, next, two officers for the same incident. Officer Chris Dunn and Officer Leanne Serafini. This was on April 30th of 25, around 5:22 p.m. They just got a call for a check to health and welfare. A passerby observed a young female on the bridge up by High Mills Road there that goes over the Outlaws Kill, I believe it is. Something didn't look right to him. He thought, she needs to be checked on. As Officer Dunn arrived, he sees the female actually climbing over the guardrail through a fenced area and going down below the bridge. I'm sure nobody's really familiar with it, but there's some steep embankments under that bridge, and there's quite a bit of water flowing at that time, but it's fairly high and it's very shallow. So if you were to fall down there, you're going to get injured or die. It's very unsafe just even climbing down under there. So he followed her over, observed her basically on the edge of this small cliff there, and attempted to start trying to talk her to coming back up. Wasn't working for a while. She began looking for things, started cutting her wrists. Eventually, as he's continuing to try and de-escalate the situation and get her to cooperate, Officer Serafini also arrives. They're both speaking with the female, and as they're kind of talking with her, they're able to get in close enough, and when the opportunity is right, they actually move very close to the edge. They're able to grab onto her, pull away from the edge, and detain her as she kind of continued to resist and not cooperate with them. Obviously, putting themselves in danger by going to the edge of this cliff. Something goes wrong while she's struggling with them, and they all go over, and everybody's going to be seriously injured. And even after that, there was also another small incident there with her. They de-escalated the situation. They eventually talked her enough to get her to walk up willingly, because that was for a while looking for the fire department, maybe to do some rigging to be able to lift her up, because she wasn't cooperative at all. Through their building a rapport with her, they were able to get her to walk up. Things seemed calm. She was getting evaluated by the medics, and she actually broke free and tried to run back down. Thankfully, Officer Dunn could see kind of what was going through her head, I guess, and got in her pathway. He was able to stop her again from running down that hill and potentially jumping off into that creek bed. So obviously, again, great situational awareness by both these officers. Great de-escalation, building rapport with people and talking to people is what these guys all do best every day. That's hugely important in our job, but you have to also know when it's time to act. And obviously they timed everything perfect, and everything wound up working out well. Clearly putting their own safety at risk, and doing what they needed to do So this award, we figured the Award of Valor. Takes some courage to walk down there. I was there on scene afterwards. It's a steep hill. There's not much room, and if you wrestle with somebody on there, it would be a bad time. So, yeah, props to them both. And yes, please come up. All right. Last but not least, this occurred a week later on May 2nd, 2025. This is for Detective Bole. He was working an overtime shift on patrol, actually. So at 10:44 a.m., he was dispatched to Freeman's Bridge Road for a person attempting to jump off of that bridge. So he responded there appropriately, lights and sirens. Upon arrival, parks in the middle of the bridge and observes a young female most of the way through the guardrail on the east side of the bridge there over the river. As he's walking up to her, Detective Bole is attempting to speak with her. She's clearly not having that, is continually trying to move away from him as he's getting closer to her, trying to squeeze her the rest of the way through the guardrail. He moves forward, seeing that it's talking's not going to work, is able to get his hands around her, and as he actually grabs onto her, she puts her feet off and steps off. And now he's got her weight. Fortunately, he's able to pull her back through the guardrail and get her down onto the bridge, where she was able to be detained and sent to the hospital for an evaluation for that. Obviously, his swift action and his physical ability to be able to lift this young lady through the guardrails and do that clearly saved her life. It's a big fall and cold water at that time, and who knows what would have happened from there. So, again, he attempted the de-escalation and talking to her, as everybody does. And again, when it's time to act, he knew right when to do it, took the appropriate action, and certainly resulted in saving her life. So this is a life-saving award. And come on up, Justin. That's all we got. I don't know if you guys want to take a picture real quick. You all want to come up? Leanne, if you want to speak first.
Guys.
Well, thank you, everyone. And as is customary, I guess we will give you a few minutes to vacate if you'd like to. Thank you for what you do. All right, we'll get started again with the our normal agenda, and we will pick up with 11. And this is a resolution scheduling a public hearing for Wednesday, August 20th at 7 p.m. right here at the Glenville Municipal Center. And this is for all persons interested in a proposed local law 4-2025, allowing the town to consider selection and evaluation criteria for measures and factors other than cost. So this basically, in summary, is a best value rather than just the best bidder. And again, this is just scheduling the public hearing. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded, and will clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes, on to 12, a resolution supporting the submission of a 2025 CFA application for Smart Growth Planning Program. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
It's a grant offered by New York State Department of State, which makes sense to just apply for the grant.
Very well said. Smart, I think it says it all in the Smart Growth Planning Program. I think that says it all. Is there any further discussion? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes, on to 13, a resolution approving the second quarter 2025 amendments to the amended budget. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion or questions? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes, on to 14, a resolution approving the minutes from the regular town board meeting held on June 18th. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second? And I'll second that. And moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
This is just a resolution approving the minutes, which we all received in our email from Julie, and thank you, Julie, for preparing them.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Ramichardt?
Abstain. Absent.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
So we can't pass it. We can't pass that's right. So we won't be able to, so we'll have to approve, so just moving on. So we're gonna pull 14, and we're going to pull 15 for the August meeting. Okay?
Well, I don't think we have to pull 15 because
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't here for a meeting, right?
these are just the monthly reports for 15.
We can
Yeah.
pass that?
Yeah, we can pass that because there's no,
Okay,
If they were circulated in red.
they were
Okay.
circulated.
All right. all right, so we'll revisit 14 in August. On to 15, a resolution approving the monthly reports for June of 2025. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
And do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and second. Is there any discussion?
Again, this is monthly reports, which we all receive in our email from the department heads,
Thank you.
and thank them for preparing.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes, on to 16. A resolution authorizing the acting supervisor to sign an agreement to demolish a home at 1122 Waters Road. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Moved and seconded. Just to summarize, I think it'd be simple if I just summarize this. There's a home that currently exists as a primary residence at 1122 Waters Road. The individual who owns this property and occupies this property wants to build a new home. It is not permitted because on one lot in the town of Glenville, you cannot have multiple dwellings. So what we are doing is allowing the individual to build his brand new home on the current lot, which is a large RA property. And then when the issuance of the CO is given for the new home, the demolition of the old home will take place. This is just providing a performance bond. Basically, if the occupant or the owner does not carry through in demolishing the home, These funds are in reserve so that the town can make sure that that happens. Hopefully that's, council, how'd I do?
Pretty good,
All right.
right there.
Is there any further discussion?
Yeah, well, just to say that I'm pretty sure that this individual being a well-known businessman in town is good for his word. And I'm glad to see, this is, I'm pretty safe with making this agreement with this person.
Absolutely. And, I'll just add that if there were any other individuals in our community, whether they own a business or not, if we do this, we will carry through with the same exact practice.
Right.
So.
Good
is there any-
practice, but.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes, on to 17, a resolution approving the bid from Adirondack Landscaping for the construction of a pole barn at Indian Meadows at a cost not to exceed $36,800. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
So this is the pole barn that we pulled a while back because the price was too high, and now we found a bidder that.
Correct.
Very good.
Yes. Yep, absolutely. Is there any further discussion?
So it's a pole barn that's being built for the Public Works Department at Indian Meadows to not exceed the price of $36,800.
Thank you, Councilman. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes, on to 18, a resolution amending resolution 119-2025 to change the effective date of hire for Christopher Hayden. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
I'll second.
Hang on a second. My HR person gave me a list.
It's, right.
All right, so
And I gave you that information before the change came this morning
All right.
for the title of the resolution.
Understood. All right,
So-
so the
so it's-
resolution is, so let's just be clear here. So the resolution has the wrong verbiage. The correct verbiage is submitted within the context of the resolution. correct?
The agenda has the wrong,
The agenda
has
has,
the wrong.
That's what I meant, the agenda, I'm sorry.
So it should be a resolution amending resolution 119-2025 to,
the effective letter of
To-
transfer.
to reflect the effective date of the approval by county civil service of the transfer.
Okay. Are we good, Julie?
Yep.
Okay. Just a little bit of a clerical tweak. All right. So we already did the motion. Is there any further discussion on this? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes. We will now move on to our last agenda item, and that is new business. And I'll start on my left with Councilman Eric.
I have no business.
Councilman Remington.
Nothing new.
And I have nothing as well. I'll take a motion to adjourn,
So moved.
and I'll second. All in favor, say aye.
All right.
We're adjourned. Sorry about that.
That's how we wanted it worded.